Hi everybody, my wife bought a 1950s dining set, 4 chairs and a table. The chairs are fairly rusty. These things have been stored under somebody's house for a while and they really need quite a bit of attention. The upholstery is not too bad and really doesn't need any work on it for now, but the rust is a bit offensive, and so we're going to take some action on the rust and see if we can make these things just looking a little bit better. What I'm going to have to do is take the seat off, and then we'll try a few methods of getting the rust off. So hey, it should be fun. So let's get stuck in and get this thing done, eh? Right, so now I've got to get the old chair base off. I'm using a little gizmo here called a brace and bit. I've got a screwdriver head connected to this brace. Because of my arthritis in my hands, I find it really hard to use a screwdriver these days. So what I try and do is make things easier for myself, and this works a treat. It makes things really super quick, and it makes things really easy. I like easy. Good. All done. All the chairs were affected by rust by varying degrees. Some were quite superficial and could be rubbed off using steel wool. Others, the rust was so entrenched it actually destroyed the chrome, and we had to adopt a more drastic way of removing the rust. And this is steel wool. And that's not too bad actually. In some instances where the rust was so bad it just broke away the chrome work, we used a bronze brush attached to an electric drill. This was really aggressive. There was no other way of actually bringing this back to life. We also used 120 grit sandpaper on some of the more affected areas just to grind away the chrome and the rust, try and get it back to bare metal. Normally we wouldn't do this, but there was no way of actually redeeming the chrome surface. There were a few places on each chair that required a little bit more of an aggressive tactic. One chair was particularly bad and needed some pretty savage intervention. Christy's been doing a little bit of research, and she's found a site which is quite interesting. This is what you use, Coca-Cola?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a bit of experimenting here. So first of all, we put the gloves on. We don't want our hands getting dirty. So here we have Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Coca-Cola.
Pour it in a little bit there, so you can see. Yeah. And then we got aluminum foil there.
Yep.
And then we just use it a little bit, scrunch it up, and then dip it in the Coca-Cola. And then we are just rubbing it in.
The Coca-Cola and tinfoil method seemed to work okay, but it wasn't any sort of panacea to removing rust from chrome. I think it was the mechanical action of the tinfoil and the wetting agent of the Coke that seemed to tear the rust off. But in my opinion, the steel wool worked much better. Coke, well, it dries, it gets sticky, and it's an ant trap. The apple cider vinegar was virtually the same. Not particularly brilliant, kind of worked. The mechanical action with the tinfoil and the apple cider vinegar as a washing agent seemed to get some of the stuff off, but not amazingly wonderful. So if this was a part of Mythbusters, well, I would say it's a myth regarding the apple cider vinegar, Coca-Cola and tinfoil method. Use the old steel wool is what I'd recommend, and it's okay with light rust. If the rust is really heavy and it's broken away the chrome surface, then you're not going to bring it back. You can only just get rid of the rust, and possibly the sandpaper and bronze brush is the best option here. So there you have it. Hey, use the steel wool. Don't worry about the Coca-Cola. You can drink that a little bit. Just go easy. Too much sugar, you know how it is. Now we've got it to a stage where it's good enough. It's certainly solid, and it's really nice looking as well. It's a nice old set. It's
I suppose if anything, a little bit of rust is a bit of character, and it's been used. But the big thing is with these 1950s pieces of furniture is the fact that they were designed to last probably 200 years. So I can see somebody sitting on this in 200 years time if they're kept nice and dry and rusted out. But yeah, they're really nice. So we're really pleased that you've hung out with us today. We've busted a few myths. Yeah, I think the Coke worked okay. The vinegar was not too bad, but I honestly think that basically the steel wool worked really good. And where the steel wool failed, we had to use either the bronze brush to tear fragments of chrome away, or we used a bit of sandpaper to try and get down to the bare metal. So all in all, an interesting day, yeah. We certainly have enjoyed your company. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and check us out, because we've got a lot of other stuff going on as well. All right, okay, take care everybody. See you later.